Hey, my name is Kendrick Celestine. Today, in my video, I'm going to talk about you took the words out of my mouth. And what do I mean by you took the words out of my mouth? The reason I make this title because I find this to be really interesting because I always hear people always use that quote all the time. So I find it very common a lot because the reason I bring this up to my attention, you know how people will beat you before you even said it when you got a chance to say it. Let's say this. Let's just say someone, talk about some personal information on a job, and hey man, some things you need to learn to keep that to yourself. And someone's gonna say, hey, you just took the words out of my mouth. You know what? And the reason I say that word, that title, because you know how people use that word, and you were actually gonna know what I was going to say before I even got a chance. Someone beat before I got to say it. It's like, hey, I was gonna say that. And I find it really interesting. You know, the reason I bring this to my attention because I see today I see a lot of stuff. You know how people sometimes they be blatant hypocrisies, and sometimes, but I kind of find crazy how people want to act like they think they're so mature, and they think they got it going on. They think they're this, and they think they got it going. And they want to think they're so mature. They think they're so wise. But it's I find it crazy how people could be so smart, could be the dumbest people on the planet, could say something really stupid. And don't get me wrong, I say some stupid stuff too myself, and not like everybody else do. But I look at this like people kind of know what I'm thinking. You don't even know. It's like you can read my moods, but you don't never know what goes on in a person's head or what in their mind or what they're really about, and you don't know how they behave and how they think. Like you can find a person who could be so normal looking, you don't know what's wrong with them, and I find that really scary. But I look today how people got all these excuses. But you got enough you could do this, but you could do that, but you can't do this for the other person. I just find out play hypocrisy. For example, let's say I wanted to invite somebody to my party. I want to hang out and you want to do something. But I say, no, I can't go here, because I got to, oh, but you can't go here. Oh, but you have enough to go here, but you go to my other buddy's party, but you go to this other person, but you can't go to mine. That's called it play hypocrisy. I call that hypocrisy right there. But you can't own me with, but you can have enough to like go money to movies or go to movie, go to places you could travel, but you can't have enough to like own me. That's the part you gonna start playing. Oh, but you couldn't buy black businesses, but you could go around and buy some white people's business. That's the play hypocrisy. So, and I wanted to like talk this about, and I find crazy people want to be wise and smart, but they choose what they pick their wise, who they choose to be smart with and who they don't. They could be dumb as a dumb now. When it comes to somebody that I don't even like, oh, now suddenly you want to wise up and be smart or criticize, just like that. That's like pick and choose who you want to deal with and pick and choose who you want to be around with. And I understand who you like, dislike, that ain't my business. But what I got a issue is just like, why sometimes people today, they think they're really mature, they think they got it going on, they think they're all this, but really they ain't really shit. And even like for me, for example, like myself, for me, I don't really have too much. See, I don't like I make amount of decent money, like average, but not like big. But sometimes I kind of pin on a lot of things on the system. But hey, I gotta have money flow to keep my living and stuff. Like hey, gotta pay my places where I live, materials, like rent, utilities, all kinds of stuff, and my habits. And also I just kind of like try to get myself together. Even if I have my own issues and my own mistakes. But sometimes I look at today now, like how people like they want to seem like they're so like when you can see past the illnesses and the fuckery of people, what they really are and what they're really about. And I just sit back today, I'm just like watching a lot of this behavior play out right in front of my face, like who you are. I mean, who the fuck you really are? And you coming to me with that. And I just see, and it's just like when you can see past the level of people and the mindsets and the levels of, and honestly, and like I said, I don't even have to know the individual, and I can see what person they're like, and they pick and choose who they want to be wise to and who they can be done with. And you know what? What I find real interesting, how people say the same thing what I just said. Oh, for example, but whenever time a black person says something really wise, then they want to walk past, like this, they want to be double minded when a black person said this before. When a white person said the same thing as the black person said, On now say, oh, okay, that makes sense. See, I call that double-minded. Those are double-minded people. See, I be double-minded. I don't even be double-minded anyway. I just take whatever. But sometimes it's hard to take value because then you don't know if they're lying or not. Some are very persuasive. Some are very like, you never know. And some just like to get into these, try to twist things, to try to break people up because you don't like to be with this person or be with that one because you can't see them being together. But you know what? But at the same time, I just gotta take the time to start really thinking about the situations. What they say. Oh, okay. Hey, I can accept the same thing, and what that person said. Because you know what? Even we come from all different ways of walks of life, but we're all saying the pretty much same thing. We just saying it in different ways and the same. We're pretty much asking different questions, but it's the same question in a different way. So. And we just keep talking. How we will beat someone to the quote before that person's gonna got a chance to get to saying it. But it's like, wow, look at that. I find that really interesting. But other than that, I just wanted to address this out. So this is when it just came to my mind. So I wanted to share this with you guys, see what you guys think of it. So anyway, to tell you, you took the words out of my mouth. Anyway, like, dislike, share the video, see what you think of it. I will continue making more later on in the future. I hope you folks have a wonderful day. This is Kendrick Celestine, and I'm out, folks. And you guys have a good and awesome, wonderful day, guys.